Today we're going to talk about the fact that we are all Alice in Wonderland. Okay, I need for us to know that that's quite literally how this world is going right now, okay? And crazy enough, I just came across a video just last night. Don't mind me, I'm hungry. But the way that I've been naturally operating is a way that the alphabetical groups and military and all of the secret, anything, and y'all know what I'm talking about. All of them, they literally trained for years for their brain to operate, that my brain operates naturally. Big flex, you feel me? But I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about us. My whole life since I was a kid, I've always been abnormally persuasive to people. I've always just been able to just sway them to get on board with my perspective and my way of thinking. I can easily change people's perspective just from being me. Okay? And the video that I watched last night was actually of an alphabetical group operative. And he stated how confusing the mind makes people easily persuasive. So you spit out a bunch of confusing verbiage that people's brains don't quite grasp. Anything after that's said after that, they're gonna latch onto. Their brains is gonna latch onto, and that's how you can easily sway their perspective. So just like in the movie Alice in Wonderland, one of the most important lines that was reiterated to her, to all the different characters, was don't forget who you are. Okay? If you are super tapped in and you have full control over your mind, you're able to spot when people are even attempting to do these kind of tactics with you. Your brain is like, hold up, wait a second, I know better. Okay, you thought you had me. Okay, so, and I've been saying this for so many years. People have always called me crazy since I was a kid, and I've learned how to embrace it, because guess what? You have to be mad to be a genius. Every mad scientist, hence the term mad scientists, were crazy, but they were also intelligent as hell. That goes back to the duality. There has to be a balance. In order to scratch the surface of true intelligence and true consciousness, you have to be a little crazy. But it's not really crazy. It's just really having a free mind and thinking outside of the box of what society told you to think like. Okay? So, you have to learn how to embrace the madness. Okay? That's gonna be your ticket to be able to navigate through this shit. Because right now, they're gonna be trying to use a lot of subtle tactics. And mind you, I need y'all to know that the tactics don't have to be right there in your face, all bold. Okay? My bad, that donut was busting. The tactics do not have to be something extreme, like an actual team of people trying to come against you, or whatever the case may be. They can tap into your brain specifically by a frequency. the sound in a song, a ring, a bell. It's the little subtle things that's not directly in your face is how they're able to tweak people. But you got to stay on top of it. Okay? So, for us chosen beings, us divine beings as a whole, in order to stay on this path of enlightenment and being a torch and passing the torch and allowing the ripple effect of everybody else's torch getting lit up, these are the type of tactics that we have to use. But I'm not saying to train yourself. It should come naturally. So most of us already naturally operate like this. So it's not really something that we need to be taught, which is why we are feared so much. Because like I said, these people have been training for years to be able to do this to other humans, to be able to get their way with them. But we naturally just, our authenticity is our way of persuasion. And that's nothing that can be duplicated or imitated. As much as they're trying to patent us and, you know, recreate what we are, it's impossible because it's not original. It's man-made. And we are not man-made, and nothing about us. This is source running straight through us, okay? This is why we're feared. So, since we're coming on board with our abilities, we need to be able to use it to our fullest advantage, okay? To help the rest of the masses wake up, because people are waking up, but they're just not being able to put words to what's happening. They feel it, but they don't know what it is. So in order for us to be able to describe and explain these things to them, we have to use our natural abilities, which is quite literally just existing, being ourself, okay? We are able to completely sway a person's whole outlook and perspective on life and society as a whole just by planting a seed of thought into their mind. And I always tell my clients this. Anytime I spit game to them or give them some type of wisdom, I always end it off with, all I'm doing is planting the seed. It's up to you to help it grow. Okay? And we trying to make this shit grow like wildfire, like weeds, okay? This is the good weed that we need to spread, okay? So we need to start dropping little hints in people's minds to the point where they really don't have a choice but to turn that switch and be like, aha, I see now, okay? It's very important for us to use this gift wisely. Okay, so this is why when I speak, and a lot of low vibrational people at least, they hate the way that I speak, because I speak in code all the time. I trick the brain. I force the brain to think, which is why after I'm done having a conversation with somebody, they're changed for the rest of their life. Okay, they leave my space and my presence rethinking their entire existence. So please, guys, we have to go about this very strategically. We can't just be right. You know, we could be right in the face as far as like visually, like we can put our faces out there. We don't need to be hidden because we need to be seen. Like I said, we need to be seen, felt, and heard all at the same time. But we have to do it in a way where it's not direct, where they can pin us. You know how, you know, there's a lot of people that just come out and blurt out all the information that they know that makes a real impact, and then they end up disappearing because they're too direct. We cannot be that direct. We have to go in between the cracks, in the negative space. That's how we gotta operate, okay? So just like in Alice in Wonderland, you got all these little characters talking a bunch of hubbubaloo around you, and you just like, what in the actual fuck are these things talking about? Being Alice, you know? And then when you're around it long enough, you start to catch on. And you're like, okay, embrace the madness, okay? You're not crazy. There's nothing about you that's crazy. You just don't know how to put words to what's happening to you, what you're going through, and you don't have anybody else around you to resonate with. But you got me now. Come here. Let me hug you. Let me hold you. Let me spit some game to you. Let me teach you something. Because that's what my job is. I'm a spiritual guide. And I'm just here to turn that light bulb off in your brain. That's it. See, we all have this ability, and that's the thing. But you got to think of it like a virus, for real. But actually, it's like an antidote to the virus, because what's happening in humanity is they're quite literally, it's a virus. So we got to come in and be the antidote to that virus, and that's what this is. But see, I don't really want to say that we're the antidote, because antidotes can't be spread, viruses can. So I kind of like the way that we're a good virus, you know? We implant ourselves into people's brains, and that implant spreads, because they now take what you gave them and they go send it off to other people, and they just keep rippling and passing until you got a whole section that's lit up. And that's what needs to happen. So let's really tap in, guys. Like I always say, there's nothing about it that's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it in the end, because all this work ain't going to be for nothing. Okay? I look good, feel good. I need us all to be on board and on the same page, okay? Let's get this shit on and popping, y'all. I'm fired up, ready to go. You hear me? Let's do this. I love y'all. Bye.